Hi there, this is Dr. Evan Osar, developer of the Integrative Movement System and author of the recently released the Psoas Solution. If you work with clients that have chronic tightness, discomfort, and they can't perform at the levels that they need to, want to, and or love to do, then you know that foam rolling is a big part of their corrective exercise strategy. And as part of the Integrative Movement System, we actually have a three-step process. The first step of the process is the discovery phase, and that's really where we take a very intensive, in-depth client history, and then that directs the assessments that we use with our clients. From there, we go into our IMS, the Integrative Movement System Corrective Exercise Strategy. And that's really where we start to incorporate the releases, the activations that we ultimately will integrate into the functional movement patterns to help our clients get back to the things that they need to, want to, and love to do. So I shot this quick video for you to show you how we integrate the Rollga and release work into the activation patterns, and then ultimately into the integrative movement patterns to help our clients perform at their best. So let's check out the videos for a shoulder and hip release using the Rollga foam roller.
The Integrative Movement System Corrective Exercise Strategy is a three-step process that involves first releasing areas of myofascial restriction to improve range of motion. Next, activating the stabilizers around the region where you release to improve stability. And then finally, integrating the release and activation into the fundamental movement patterns to improve performance. Next, we'll look at an example of the IMS Corrective Exercise Strategy for the hips and shoulders. The hips. Sit upon the Rollga to release the posterior hip region. Frequently, muscles such as the posterior fibers of glute medius, piriformis, and deep hip rotators need to be released to facilitate proper hip motion during lower extremity patterns. Be sure to hold and breathe through any areas of myofascial restrictions. The hip hinge pattern will facilitate further release of the posterior hip complex and develop improved hip control. Maintaining a long spine position, place your hands upon your pelvis. Maintaining your alignment, release through the posterior hip complex as you hinge forward and activate the glutes and hamstrings to return to the upright position without over-gripping the posterior hip at the end of the pattern. The hip hinge pattern sets up the range of motion and muscle activation strategy required for the stiff-legged deadlift pattern. Using the same alignment and range of motion that you use for the hip hinge pattern, integrate the range of motion and muscle activation strategy you created during the release and activation phases of the pattern. Again, avoid over-gripping the glutes and hamstrings at the end of the pattern. The shoulders. Lie on your side and place the Rollga directly between your shoulder blade and the upper arm to release the posterior shoulder region. The most common muscles that contribute to the tight shoulder and that require release are the latissimus dorsi and teres major. Be sure to stay off the ribs and breathe as you release through any areas of myofascial restrictions. To activate the shoulder stabilizers while lengthening under the arm, kneel in front of a chair or stack of blocks that are placed against a solid surface. Maintaining spinal alignment, hinge forward, placing your hands about shoulder width apart, and feel as if you're gently pushing the chair or blocks away from you as you sit back into your hips. Maintain spinal alignment as you sit back and release under your arms. Finally, integrate the release and activation strategy into functional pulling and pushing patterns. During the pull-up pattern, for example, maintain spinal alignment as you pull upwards and then release back to the starting position using the range of motion and control you developed during the release and activation phases of the process.
If you enjoyed this video and you're looking for more resources on using corrective exercise strategies, then go to our website, www.iihfe.com, and sign up for our weekly newsletter, Integrative Movement Insider, where each week we share with you the techniques and strategies that we use with our own clients and patients here in our clinic. So we'll share with you the assessments, the corrective exercise strategies that we use, and how to integrate this information into the fundamental movement patterns that will help your clients move towards accomplishing their health and fitness goals. In the meantime, grab yourself a Rollga foam roller. You won't be disappointed. This is Dr. Evan Osar with Integrative Movement Systems. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.